Welcome, man. Panthers on the plus. Week 14, but it's a bye week. I got my guy in here, Eugene Robinson, one of the 50 greatest players of all time for the Seahawks. How are you doing, man?
Man, look, after that win,
he had to take off his glasses.
Dude, I had to take my glasses off. I brought some cake in here in a cup, and I've been eating it because I've been celebrating. Look, I'm just telling you.
Celebration.
That was an impressive win.
Okay.
2 fourth-down plays. Mm-hmm. That ended up being touchdowns. One to Coco on that little go route, and then off that deep over, and then then T-Mac he adjusts. I'm telling you, dude, it was absolutely a good win. And Bryce, you validate. See, because there was a referendum on Bryce, right? And are you that cat? We talked about it last week. We said, man, I don't know. We're like this. We're like 6'7". Right. We're like 6'7". All right. We don't know. Right?
We don't know.
We just don't know. And this game right here, I mean, man, Bryce, he shut up a lot of critics, man, who thought that he maybe not a guy. Man, he produced, man.
I heard Coach Canales say in the locker room, like, they still haven't seen our best football, right?
That's right.
Referencing the entire league or the rest of the schedule, right? Did we see their best football?
No, because think about it.
All right. I thought that we did.
You saw a really great effort and beating a very good team. Yeah. But you put J.C. Horn in the mix.
Morrig.
All right. You put and don't forget, because Merrick, he's a beast. And I tell you what, Ransom did a phenomenal job.
That dude was out.
Phenomenal job. He come down.
He was looking like Eugene Robinson
out there, man. He was coming down smacking folks, dude. That dude looked impressive. And if I'm one of them safeties, I'm looking over my shoulder going, hey, man, this dude can take your job.
Nick Scott.
He can take your job. I heard what you just said. All right? So, but they haven't played their best. Yeah. I don't think offensively they played their best.
Okay.
I think when you get both, we saw Chuba, because Chuba said for the first time, he felt like himself. Yeah. He felt like after the injuries he's had with calves and all this stuff, his whole leg, he said he felt like himself, and he looked like himself. He looked the part. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. That's the Chuba that we know. Yeah. And so when you put all those pieces together, Dowdle, Chuba, Bryce, the receiving core, your guy Coker. And he's a guy, man. Coker's a player. When you talk about that, I think one of their best is going to be an effort where they have like 185 yards and 250, 60 yards passing, and defensively they have like 4 or 5 sacks with a couple of turnovers. Yep. And special teams wise, keeping them backed up and winning that game, but also maybe scoring one on a punt return or a kickoff return. That's when you're going to see the best, because every group has a chance to break and do extremely well.
You mentioned the running game. It's okay. Canales has been getting a lot of critique on how he's play calling it and not running the ball enough. I mean, we saw the effort there to run the ball. We saw Chuba get started. We saw for the first time Rico and Chuba get equal amount of carries.
Yes.
Is that the path moving forward? Is that how we get Bryce going? Is that how we get the offensive line going? Because the offensive line even said, hey, man, we need to run the ball more.
Oh, yeah, but think about this. Against the last game that we played, who did we play that we lost to?
The Niners.
The Niners, okay. Yeah. We ran the ball 9 times. This game, we ran the ball 35 times. Yeah. So,
including Bryce getting out there.
Yes. And so we've seen an effort to get back to something which is a bread and butter. Yeah. And here it is. You don't run the ball like that and run it well unless your offensive line is doing their job, unless the tight ends are doing their job, unless you got to block. You have to block, and you have to be able to get to the second level to go ahead and block to affect change. And they were able to do that. Yeah. And so I think this team has historically been a running team. And I would love for it to continue to be a running team that opens up the conversation that we can pass, because whenever you can run, you can pass the ball.
I want to,
because everybody's trying to stop the run.
You said run block. Shout out to Jalen Coker again. He has been a beast in the run block game since he's gotten back from injury.
Dude, I'm just telling you, and that's what Coach is talking about, like, you haven't seen our best collectively. Yeah. Like, yes, that was a great win.
Right.
Indeed. 2 4th-down plays, man, you get Coco on a touchdown, you get a McMillan on a deep over for a touchdown and adjust the route, and he adjusted the route on that time because your boy, if you notice, the defensive back was right on his hip, and as he was running across and going over, he started to go deeper, more like a different angle. Like if it was a 45-degree angle, he started to go like a 60-degree angle.
That's a veteran move.
To go deeper because he knew that Bryce was going to throw the ball deep and throw him open. And what did it do to the defensive back? It stacked the defensive back behind him. And he got some separation. That's what it did. I was like just going, dude, that's a move that Jerry Rice would do. Man, that's a move that maybe T.O. would do.
That's a veteran move right there.
That's a veteran move right there, dude. To recognize that and to instinctively get open and then to catch the ball on the fly. And don't forget, Bryce Young, he threw some balls in there like there was some tight windows and he put dimes out there.
Who would
dimes?
Through 13 weeks, who's your offensive MVP? Who's been your X factor so far?
Well, my offensive MVP will still be Rico Dowdle. I think that he's been that guy. He has 929 yards.
Right there at 1,000.
He's right there at 1,000. Easily going to break 1,000 yards. Easily, right? So Rico would be my guy. I think if I'm looking at who's my X factor, defensively is Derrick Brown, man. Derrick Brown, man. Derrick Brown had a tip pass. Nick Scott got the interception on.
My guy, Nick Scott.
Your guy, Nick Scott. And then he had the sack fumble, which DJ Wanham picked up and brought it past the 50. He had a play. I was watching him in this game, and there was a play where he got double teamed, and he didn't move.
Yeah.
Like they went to double team, and it was he didn't move. And then when they got released the double team, he's holding his gap, and now he's making a play of getting the hand on the running back to slow him up. And that dude, Kyron Williams, ain't no joke, dude.
Oh, Kyron Williams and Blake Corum from Michigan.
Dude,
he was getting hit
they
by.
had about 156 yards. Total yards. Yeah. Them dudes ain't no joke, man.
They can move the football. It was one of those things that the defense bend, don't break. That's been the mentality all year, and they did not break. And Derrick Brown, the man, the best.
Yes. He's the best
interior.
Yeah, he's the best interior guy right now. So when we think about the guys, if I'm getting a list of guys to say who I'm gonna start my team with, well, I want Myles Garrett, I want Micah Parsons, I want Derrick Brown.
Woo!
I want Derrick Brown.
That's a scary
Brown. That dude's a beast, man.
Vote for him for Pro Bowl.
Please, I tell you what, if you don't even know, I mean, the Carolina Panthers defensively will not be what they are without him. And when he got hurt and he came back from last year, I'm telling you, dude, this team right here is poised to go ahead and do something because defensively they can hold you to some points and they can limit what you do. And don't forget the last couple of games, with the exception of this Rams game, the defense has been doing what? Keeping them in the game.
Yep. Talking about defense, we're going to talk more about defense after the break. We'll be back here on Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers.
You know that's right.
Panthers Preview Bye-Week Edition. All right, welcome back here. Bye-week edition, Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers Preview. I'm with my guy, one of the greatest safeties ever in NFL history, Eugene Robinson. All right, we talked about the defense. What grade would you give the defense so far this year? From where it started, week 1, to where we are now, grade.
I'm giving this a B+, A minus.
A B+, okay.
A minus group. This group has historically kept the points off the board and kept us in the mix.
Yeah.
Defensively, when you look at the games that we've lost, you go like this, oh man, if the offense would have come around, man, we could have been able to boom. Yeah. And that's what Coach Canales is talking about. If the offense can match what we've been seeing defensively, dude. Don't forget, in the secondary, we got J.C. Horn, but Jackson, let me just say this, if you don't know who he is, right? He was covering Puka Nacua. He was covering him. And that first one, interception, he was inside coverage, man-to-man, boom. He recognizes the play. He picks it off, and he takes it to the house, right? Boom. The touchdown play, not touchdown play, but the play on the end, near the end zone where Nacua he caught it with one hand, backhanded
That was
the
great
ball,
coverage.
brought it in. It was great coverage, and Jack looked like he's going to knock the ball out.
Yeah.
And when the play was over, I saw Jack's expression as a defensive back. I'm telling him, dude, that was excellent coverage.
Yeah.
You got to give the dude props for making a great catch, or making one of those catches that you don't see.
Yeah.
Dude, that was incredible. And so Jack has just he's thrown down the gauntlet and said, if you thought this was all about J.C. Horn and you think you can come over here and pick on me, well, I got another thing coming. Check this out.
You know what? We talked about it last week how they are going to pick on Mike Jack.
You know that's right.
And he made them pay for it. He dropped the several interceptions this year.
Right.
He made up for it. To the house. I said, man.
To the house. And when I saw the coverage, inside coverage on a route, he's going to it's called a 5 route. It's a bench route.
Yeah.
When you're going to the sideline.
Yeah.
So he's running this bench route to the sideline. His inside coverage, the ball is placed extremely well. He's just in great position and just takes the ball away. And I'm like, this is going, dude, man.
Great coverage.
I've seen Mel Blount do that. I've seen my mentor Dave Brown do that. I've seen Albert Lewis do that. Deron Cherry do that. I've seen great dudes make great interceptions where their coverage is just impeccable. Gil Byrd, their coverage is impeccable. I'm going, dude, man, that's some great coverage, dude. And what you've said to the league, you said, dude, pick on me if you want. I'm inviting it. Come on over this way and come get some of this Jack.
Shout out to Shaw Smith Wade because he plays solid in coverage.
Absolutely.
You didn't hear a lot about him, but that's a good thing when you're a corner.
Exactly. Don't forget, right? You had Thornton who went down, and I thought Thornton was a beast in preseason, and I liked him. And I liked Smith Wade. I liked the way he rocks, right? But here's the person that we need to talk about, Ransom.
Ohio State's finest.
Dude.
That dude was out here, man, laying the wood on these dudes. Dude. I was like, whoa.
He reminded me of, what was the kid from, not kid, but man from Minnesota, Harris?
Oh, Harrison Smith.
Harrison Smith? Yeah. Harrison Smith has that type of style coming downhill, punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Or Ryan Clark was like that for the
Well, scrappy dude.
Scrappy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Ransom, I'm like, man, Ransom is that dude. He kind of reminds you of Earl Thomas a little bit.
Yeah.
There's something about this cat. Now, when he's able to marry that with interceptions, with PBUs, knockdowns, all that type of stuff, dude, this dude's going to be formidable. I'm saying he's not going to stay in that position as a backup for long. Because you can't. I got to put him out there, dude.
And I think what you're saying,
you got to put him out.
Legion of Boom, Dan Morgan, worked for Seattle's front office. I think that defense, it's not there yet, but I think he's crafting it. He's getting these guys from the 4th round, 5th round, 3rd round. That's how the Legion of Boom was formed.
You know what? And here's another thing about that, right? The one thing that I think that we lack is that linebacker that you go, that's Thomas Davis.
Yeah.
That's Beason. Yeah. That's Luke Kuechly.
That's Bobby Wagner.
That's Bobby. We know that's Patrick Willis.
Yeah.
We don't. Yeah. That's Shaq Thompson.
Yeah.
You don't say that, right? Because you're like, man, who are our linebackers? I think it's Wallace. No, it's Roseboom.
I think it's Shirless.
It's Shirless, and then you go like this. You're trying to figure out who that person is, right? But everybody knows that on the defensive line is Derek Brown.
It's Derek Brown.
Everybody knows that. I know Wharton. I know Derek Brown. I know Jack. I know J.C. Horn. I know Merrick. I know those names, they pop up. And so the one thing I think that Dan Morgan is going to go ahead and concentrate on and finding somebody like himself who had that dog in him.
Speaking of, we were talking about...
And that's not to take anything away from the guys there. That's just what I'm saying.
I asked you for the grade for the overall defense. I want to ask you about the job that Evero has done. Because I think when you talk about defense, it's a mix of players...
yes,
but Evero. I mean, because we were not we, but fans were calling for his job at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, because you're trying to figure out what is our. First of all, fans and pundits are like, we're all impatient.
Right.
We want it now, right? Because we go to McDonald's, we want it now. We go to Burger King, we want it now, all right?
And we want it our way, too.
Yeah, we want it our way. I go to Chipotle, hey, man, don't be taking no 8 days to go ahead and make the stuff, man. Hit the guacamole, man. The guacamole's right there. And so, but you want it right now. And that's one of the, football is not that want it right now. It's a process throughout the season, getting your people together, getting them to believe in what you're doing, making them work together, and then getting that dog out of them, right? Yeah. That's why people were calling for, hey, man, what's going on with, Gerald, man? What's going on, man? Is it Gerald? Is it Evero? What is it? Is it both? And so that's what you're thinking of. But now as they're settling in, and with the exception of injuries, that's really plagued that defense a little bit, in the linebacker spot, of course. You're seeing that they haven't played their best football, and they're playing darn good football, and they're keeping us in games.
It takes time for a young defense. You're talking about beginning of the season, Nick Score and Princely were not even playing.
It's Princely Umamillion.
Yeah.
That's right.
And now they're playing. They're big parts of that defense.
And here's what's going to happen as you go approach next season. Those guys who got that valuable experience, who have a year under their belt. Then, see, I would say this. Let's not judge the linebackers too harshly right now. Yeah. But let's judge them next year and see what they do after they've had some experience. Right. Totally different, dude. Totally different. The fact that you've moved the green dot from Roseboom to Wallace was a huge thing. Let Roseboom go ahead and be kamikaze, do what he does. Yeah. But let Wallace get everybody lined up and make sure that there's that there's no stone unturned.
And it takes a few weeks to figure out who that guy is. It is. Training camp doesn't really show that.
No, training camp. Sometimes Luke Kuechly will emerge. Yeah. A Beeson will emerge. Yeah. Dan Morgan, and typically at that middle linebacker spot. Don't forget, when Luke Kuechly came here, he wasn't a middle linebacker.
No, he was the outside linebacker.
Beeson was the middle linebacker. And I can remember this. I watched him play, and I was sitting there, and I said, because I was calling that game, I said, I think this is going to be the last time that we see Beeson at the middle linebacker spot. I said, dude, Luke Kuechly's undeniable, man. Yeah. I mean, and so... And it doesn't mean that Beason's not doing a good job. Right. It's just that you keep noticing this dude keep showing up. That's what we've seen. And so not having that linebacker this year, I think that Dan Morgan has been doing a good job of I'm developing guys, and let's see what they look like next year. Don't judge them this year because they're just rookies. Let's see what they look like next year.
Man, I'm excited.
They're young.
I'm excited about that defense. Eugene's excited about that defense. All right, let's take a quick break. We're going to get some quick hitters after the break. You're watching Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers Preview by Week Edition. All right, welcome back here on Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers Preview. We got some quick hitters per usual. All right, so as a former player, we talked a lot about your playing career. That bye week, man, it's a week to rest. But how do you go from a week of rest to locking back in the next week?
This team needs it because this team has been aching and this team has been ailing, and there's been a lot of guys that's been injured. Think about what this bye week does. I was critical. Hey, why is the bye week so late in the season, right? What's going on with all that, man?
Perfect time.
Right? Dude, with the guys that we have hurt and have a chance to come back with almost a full 2 weeks. Yeah. Think about this. Every team wants to go in healthy in this November, December. If you ain't a healthy team in November, December, you ain't winning.
Nope.
You ain't winning no games.
Nope.
Now we have a chance to get healthy. The bye week is coming at a perfect time, dude. Yep. You get perfect all time. The defensive guys that's back. You get Robert Hunt. Hunt may be back.
I haven't heard that name in weeks.
Dude, and Hunt, the truth be told, was one of the best offensive linemen on the squad.
He and Damian Lewis.
And I'm just saying, truth be told. Yeah. Shame the devil. Truth, shame the devil. And I'm just saying, dude, man, now that we got this bye, dude, the bye is coming at the right time. is at the right time. Cats can get healthy. And guess what? They're going to lock in because they're feeling that success, man. They're feeling that success. And Derek Brown said before the bye, he was like, hey, man, that was just one win.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to come back here. We got to do it again. We got to bye week. We got to do it again.
And you know what?
I like him.
Nothing like coming off a bye week and getting some gumbo. You know where you get the best gumbo.
We're gonna be that same. We're gonna be down in New Orleans.
We're going to New Orleans, man. We got to get our win back, man, because we got to go down there to New Orleans, go down there to Superdome and get some gumbo because, man, I didn't like how we played. I know you didn't like how we played against the Saints.
But so, okay, even with the Saints game, I think it was, 7-17?
Yeah.
That game was. We played poorly.
Yeah.
I thought we played one of our worst games.
Yeah.
Offensively, I thought we played one of the worst games that we've
1,000%.
played. But still, you're upset and I'm upset because we're like, man, we still could have won the game. Right. We still kind of chance to win the game.
Yeah.
We have a lot of margin. So this tells me that this team is not what you think. This team is not a bad team. This team is a lot better team than what you think. And judging by when beating the Packers and beating the Rams, I think this team is definitely a playoff team.
So far this season, I know it may be hard of a question, but favorite moment so far this season? What's been your favorite moment?
Watching McMillan become that guy. I thought that they were going to draft a linebacker. I thought for sure that Dan Morgan. I am wrong, and I'm so glad I'm wrong because that young man is probably the NFC Rookie of the Year.
Because we were like maybe even the league Rookie of the Year. I mean, we went to the season, so the draft happened, and it was kind of like, but you got XL and you got Jalen Coker and you got Adam Thielen. They knew something, and obviously it's been playing out, right?
Exactly. They knew something that we didn't know.
Adam Thielen no longer a Viking, by the way.
Yeah, so he's not a Viking anymore. They just released him because he has to be released.
And he's retiring.
Yeah.
XL, not a big a factor. And I don't want to, I know it's been cool to kind of hate on XL. Hasn't been a big play guy.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He hasn't been the guy because the makeup of the team has changed. Dowdle has gotten those passes that some of them went to XL.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think XL has maybe like 29, 30 catches, and then Rico Dowdle has at least about the same or maybe more. And so you're seeing a changing of what it looks like. What the chemistry looks like, and then I really believe moving forward, I think you're going to see much more distribution of the ball. The quarterback rating for Bryce Young was like 147.
It was a career high.
Crazy.
Career high.
It's like 153.8 is like the best you could do, right? 147. The dude was on fire, dude.
Yeah.
He was on fire, and I'm sitting there going, man, that's the Alabama cat that we see now.
Yeah.
The difference with the Alabama cat that we seen is because Alabama was so much better offensively than any other team, all right?
Yeah.
And so you can sit back there in the pocket. Now, we're like, okay, this guy got to produce. Bryce is going to produce. And Bryce, just like you got the love 2-3 weeks ago, 448 yards, and then you get the heat, now you're getting the love. I think that you need to make a decision here by your play that this is who I am.
Well, Dan Morgan got some things to think about because that fifth-year option is coming up at the end of the season.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's not going to be an easy decision.
But you think about this, though.
But it shouldn't be a hard decision.
If we end up making the playoffs, don't worry about it. He's there.
Even if we get short of the playoffs.
No, I think that you make the playoffs.
Okay, I mean, I'm saying it should.
Oh, it should. Because no one expected with this team to.
Yeah.
They expected 4 wins, 3 wins, okay? 5 wins? Okay, you get 5 wins? I'm like, dude, we got 7 wins. And I said we could eke out at 8 to 9 wins.
Yep.
Dude, if we were to win 10 wins, I'm just saying, just 10 wins.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, if we were to win 10 wins, what? And having your quarterback the way he has played, man, please, man.
11-6.
You gotta keep him. You gotta keep him doing his thing.
11-6
Watch
sounds
out,
pretty good.
10-7.
10-7. All right, we'll take a great show. This has been a great show. We didn't get into everything because it's a bye week. It's a bye week. We wanted some leftovers.
Yeah.
Look, it's holiday time. We love leftovers. So enjoy the bye week. You don't have to stress this week, fans. We're not stressing this week. We'll see you back here next week, next Thursday, here on Panthers on the Plus, a.k.a. the Ball Brothers Panthers previewing the Saints matchup, getting some gumbo. Until that time, enjoy, if you're still eating leftovers, enjoy that. We'll see you next week.